Guys, today we're back, and we are looking at the team building process for the Detroit Pyroars. Definitely an intimidating team. They're doing pretty well in the tourney right now. They are led by Zwoops, who's actually organizing the Zwoops, I don't know. But she is actually organizing the entire tournament. Has a team of Mega Aerodactyl, Talonflame, Rotom Wash, Honchkrow, Gudra, Virizion, Excelgor, Togetic, Cacturn, Skuntank, Weezing, and Cresselia. So looking at their team, at least in my first look, I looked and I was like, you know what's going to be really good against this person's team? I'm really thinking that really got to bring rocks, and I got to try to keep rocks up. It's got, as long as Mega Aerodactyl doesn't, I don't know if it resists Stealth Rocks with rock typing, but that's potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pokemon, especially some of the higher tier ones, at least 3 of the higher tier ones, and then being weak to rock. So that's going to be a very helpful thing to keep in. After that, one thing that looked very threatening to my team, specifically, was Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash really kind of shuts down my entire 3 OU Pokemon pretty effectively. Excadrill, Mold Breaker Excadrill does pose, can beat Rotom Wash 1v1, but I was very hesitant to run Mold Breaker on my Excadrill just because if I got trapped into the Earthquake, with all the flying types around, he has a lot of Pokemon that could just switch in, or even on the Earthquake, Virizion could switch in, Togetic can switch in, Cacturn could maybe switch in actually, Weezing could not switch in with Levitate, but I wasn't really expecting Weezing to come anyways. Or Cresselia is pretty bulky. I really didn't like the idea of being trapped on a 1 move, and being forced to switch out. Plus, so the other thing is though that one strategy I've been running is bringing a lot of spike stacking, since I've been one of the most effective spike stacking teams in the tournament, I think. But with so many flying things, namely I think Honchkrow will probably bring Defog, just because I think Zwoops is aware that she has a type of bird spam team. She's acknowledged it, so I'm ready to think that she is going to bring a countermeasure to that. So obviously spike stacking probably wouldn't be the most effective thing on a team where the first 4 top Pokemon all are immune to spikes, and after that we have another 3. So definitely just not gonna bring spikes to this battle. But anyway, let's get on to the team. So I brought Excadrill. Anyways, I decided to go with Life Orb. This overall team, one thing I did end up finding that I really struggle with is my best switch into to his Rotom Wash will be Amoonguss, who doesn't appreciate being burned all too much. It can take it. Regenerator helps with that, but I don't have any spectacular switch-ins. And Rotom Wash pretty much, except Amoonguss, pretty much switches in on my entire team. So my best methods of dealing with are getting a surprise Toxic on it, I think. Maybe actually replace that with Knockoff. I really liked having that last game. But anyways, Excadrill, I'm running enough speed EVs to outspeed Aerodactyl under Sand, which is crazy fast. Actually, no, I'm running enough to outspeed something that isn't, besides that. It wasn't Talonflame. What was I outspeeding? Not a Selgor. I definitely already outspeed, Aerodactyl under Sand. I don't know what I was trying to go for here. Maybe I forgot. I think actually I'm going to edit this EV spread right here. Mega Aerodactyl hits 438 speed, I believe. Let's edit this right now. 438. I want to make sure I got the EVs right on Charizard. 292 is... Oh, actually, I want to... So, this set can now... If I move 4 EVs out of there and into there... Okay, so this set can now outspeed... That set can now outspeed Aerodactyl. I want to go and invest... out of speed, actually. 438 divided by 2 is 219. That's not a whole lot of speed, but okay. 219, so let's go 220 speed. That's gonna be an awesome amount of bulk, actually. That's epic. I don't know. I don't know if I'll stick with that. We'll see. That's a lot of bulk, and that'd be unnecessary. But that's some awesome power right there. Um, the Detroit Pyroars don't have a lot of fast threats actually. Talonflame is fast, but you know. Anyways, I did opt for not running Swords Dance actually, so it's good that I have more attack. I opted not to run Swords Dance because Rock Slide can help me out with Talonflame under Sand a lot, and I know I'm going to outspeed it now, so that's actually going to be very helpful. So that's the set. Rapid Spin, of course, to help me out with for Charizard switching in. Anyways, Charizard, here we go. So Charizard, I've been running a lot more Adamant sets this tourney, but I decided to go with a speedier set to help me outspeed Aerodactyl, namely. Although I might not even need to. If I wanted to optimize attacking power, I could. I'm gonna try to decide if I want to maximize HP or attack. That's gonna be a personal choice later on, I think. I might want to just maximize attack. Although I think, you know what I did here? The reason I did this was I really wanted to maximize my bulk. Because I wanted to be able to help this, maximizing my bulk helps me take on Charizard, helps Charizard take on Rotom Wash a little bit more effectively, which was very important to me. Just because Charizard is one of the only things on my team that is the only thing, actually, that doesn't fear the burn. So these help me, this helps me survive. And I believe if I actually plug in a Charizard X, and how many? 132s. I am Jolly, let's say. Jolly, if I plug this in, Rotom Wash, let's say defensive. Dragon Claw nets me a guaranteed 2-hit KO against even a fully invested defense, even after leftovers. Guaranteed 2-hit KO, as you can see. So that's good. And then Hydro Pump, as long as I don't have any residual damage, pretty much very, very slim chance to 2-hit KO me. So this gives me a good chance to survive that. So that was why I'm going to leave that spread as is. Yeah. These are some bulky stuff. I like that. Anyways, Smooth Rock T-Tar. I went for Crunch, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, Taunt. Taunt is to maybe shut down the Will-O-Wisp on Rotom Wash, who's just, you know, all my Pokemon kind of like, I was like, how can I neuter Rotom Wash a little more effectively? Like, everybody like has like a pseudo way of helping, like, everybody chips in to deal with it, because I really didn't have anything except Excadrill who could deal with it effectively. Mold Breaker. So T-Tar gets Taunt. Stone Edge is powerful, hits Talonflame, helps me out with a lot of Pokemon on his team actually, so Stone Edge is going to be super helpful. That's why I wanted to make sure I ran full attack. Crunch, Stealth Rock, you know, those are just hits Cresselia, hits mostly Cresselia actually. Stone Edge pretty much achieves neutral coverage on almost his entire team bar Verizon. So Verizon's wireless, yeah. So which is cool. Anyways, and then I went for a Lomula. As you can see, I just switched to knockoff. But a Lomula is just my go-to physical wall here. It was going to help me out a lot against Aerodactyl, Talonflame, those two specifically. Switches in, can eat up the flying type hits, and stab, Scald, while not being super powerful, does hit both of these two pretty hard, along with Mega Aerodactyl fearing the burn. Honchkrow also fears the burn. Gudra fears the burn. Excelgor fears the burn. Not too much, maybe a little bit. Togetic doesn't really like that. Cacturn has Water Absorb, so probably doesn't fear the burn. Skuntank probably fears the burn. These guys all, you know, they're gonna have burn. You know, we're gonna be spitting hot this. But Wish passing, that's standard. I decided not to go protect Knockoff just because Knockoff is this guy's helpful way of dealing with Rotom Wash, neutering its leftovers. You know, that's going to be hopefully how it chips in. Everybody chips in a little bit, and hopefully we get something done in the long run. Next up, we have Amoonguss, who with Alomola forms an awesome regen core that really helps me deal with almost his entire team. Amoonguss is running Spore, Giga Drain, Synthesis, Sledge Bomb. This is my team's best way to deal with, or at least scare out, Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash will usually be Volt switching out of Amoonguss, I imagine, though, which means I can't pull any predicted switches, but Spore is a pretty safe move to go for against this team. He has Cacturn and Verizon, who neither of them really want to switch in, and if they do switch in onto my Spore, I have Sludge Bomb regardless. So I can Spore, I can Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb hits most of his team. So, like, this is some pretty good coverage, actually. So I can hit most of his team. For, you know, not 208 isn't great, but it's respectable with stab. Like, it's chip damage, and that's what it is, and that's all it needs to be. He's mostly here to help me against Rotom Wash. He's my main method of dealing with it, but still doesn't like the burn, so everybody chips in a little bit. Regenerator Core, I said that. Next, I decided to. I originally had Archeops here because I was just like, why not? I'd like to get Archeops in at some point, and I still would like to get Archeops in at some point, but Archeops is just not that good. I just really defeatist. Like, some people make do and some people can't, and I just am one of the people who just I can't deal with that. It's just the defeatist ability leaves no room to mess around with and make plays, make a bad play, and it costs you at least that Pokemon, if not the game. But Quagsire, I realized, is actually very useful against this guy's team. If it's a Swords, SD Talonflame, Honeclaw's Aerodactyl, Moxie Honchkrow can be a massive, massive problem. I think Cacturn actually gets SD too. So there's definitely his top couple Pokemon have some boosting moves that scare me, and a physically defensive Quagsire actually pretty effectively deals with all of them. You know, Scald hits these two. Again, he fears it. Earthquake helps me out against nothing. I don't know. I feel like I thought it was going to help me. Skuntank. Okay. Skuntank, although I have Earthquake anyways, but more importantly, Toxic helps me. It has Toxic. So while it doesn't super want to switch into Rotom Wash, again, fearing the burn, it has both reliable recovery and Toxic, and that's how Quagsire chips in. It can pretty much, it'll beat Rotom Wash one-on-one. You know, Pain Split will hurt, and it'll make the Rotom Wash survive a lot longer, but eventually Toxic will get the better of it, so I feel confident. Also, to be fair, I am much slower than Rotom Wash, so Pain Split I would actually be not that bad towards the end of the turns. But yeah, that's the team. I'm not entirely happy, mostly because I really would like a hard check to Rotom Wash, who's just going to run rampant through most of my team. And it means that I'm going to have to make a lot of predictions that I'm not going to be super happy making, just because I have to be like, is Rotom Wash going to switch in this turn? Is Rotom Wash going to switch in this turn? How about now? And that's never a situation you super want to be in with any game, just because it leaves you to, because making those kind of plays every single turn means a lot of time you won't be able to. It puts you in an awkward situation of prediction where your opponent can outpredict you pretty easily if they know that that's what you fear all the time. So I've been trying to make it look like I have a good way to deal with it. You know, maybe I can fake a Scarf Excadrill would be cool. Maybe I can, and Amoonguss does that. Like, there are little ways to scare Rotom back out, which is what I'm kind of counting on. Like, Stone Edge does a hell of a lot, I'm pretty sure, to Rotom Wash, even defensive. Tyranitar. Just go Choice Scarf. Adamant. How much does that do? That's like a good solid chunk. Plus with the higher crit chance, who knows, maybe we can get Haxie up in this grill. Anyways, I do feel like I did a lot longer of a video for this one than I usually do, but that's the team. Hope you guys liked the video. And wish me luck, you know, hoping we can keep this awesome momentum going that I had in the last game. Finally turning things around, so should be good. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.